Conversation, Dr. Phil, becomes so difficult for so many people because when they think of privilege, they think that they should have socioeconomic advantage. So a lot of white people say, I don't have any kind of white privilege. I'm poor. I had to stand in the food line. My family was on welfare.
Who are you talking to? Who said this? Why are you making up people to just make your point seem legitimate? Why are you just making shit up?
You know, sometimes it's really hard, not sometimes, all the time, it's really hard to step out of ourselves and look back at ourselves. And today we were talking about a really touchy subject, white privilege.
Okay, so Dr. Phil is up to some globalist, counterintelligence kind of weird stuff.
Let's start out by defining white privilege and what it is and what it is not. Now, first definition. Privilege is a special right or advantage or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. Now, when we say
granted by
privilege,
who?
that just means
there are no rights that white people have that other people don't. Advantage, I guess, like the advantage argument is the thing about names and job interviews, but maybe it's also private property, like the fact that of private property might be included in advantage, and immunity. That's just silly.
granted or available only to a particular person or group. Now, when we say privilege, that just means that it's something that exists. It's not something that somebody created or grabbed, right?
Think about the famous story about David Foster Wallace. He said two fish are in the ocean, swimming along. They meet an elderly
We're gonna get a
fish
parable.
the other way, and he says, "Good morning, boys. How's the water?" They go along a little piece, and they go, "What's water?" When you're in it, you don't recognize that you're in it. You derive your existence from it.
I have this really specific pet peeve, which is when people use philosophical anecdotal stories that are, supposed to be illustrative of philosophical concepts. I hate it when those people use those to make themselves look smart. Usually it's Plato's The Cave, but this time it's the fish in water thing. So yeah, everybody gets it, man. Everybody's with you, okay? All you had to say was like, white is the default color. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that by October 2018.
Derive your sustenance from it. So it's a set of practices and privileges based upon skin color. It's based upon assumptions about who people are. So that's what
Dr. Phil's like, I know.
We're talking here that the privilege is, we said it goes to a group or an individual, and we're talking about the group being white here. And so
yes.
White privilege, we're talking...
Okay, so they're very clear. Thank you for explaining. You're talking about a group, and you're talking about the group being white. So you've designated a group of people by their race. That's super awesome, Dr. Phil.
About inherent advantages possessed by a white person on the basis of their race in a society that's characterized by racial inequality or injustice. So the fish you're talking about here are white folks that are swimming in a society and they don't realize that this inures to their benefit.
The fish you're talking about are white folks who are swimming in a society of whiteness. Oh.
Not that they said, I'm going to position myself in a way that I have this advantage. It just exists all around them.
The conversation, Dr. Phil, becomes so difficult for so many people because when they think of privilege, they think that they should have socioeconomic advantage. So a lot of white people
You think that because white people have an advantage, that they have a socioeconomic advantage over other people, you think that white people disproportionately own things and that they've gotten it by sneaky, duplicitous means. They stole it somehow, they swindled everyone else. Kind of sounds kind of familiar, But anyway, you're the one that thinks that race is how you get more money than someone else.
I don't have any kind of white privilege. I'm poor. I had to stand in the food line. My family was on welfare. And so they deny the existence of the privilege because they feel like they're not reaping the financial benefits that are usually associated with the word privilege.
Why do you think white people feel so defensive about this? Because you heard me say it's...
I don't know, Dr. Phil. I just think it's weird that they're talking about white people as a group like it's just like it's not a thing. Like, yeah, we're just speculating about the behavior of an entire group of people like they're a herd instead of human beings. That's fine.
Don't turn the channel, because a lot of people say, oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you think people feel defensive about this?
I think white people were raised to think of ourselves as good
It's Peggy
people.
We are good
McIntosh.
people. Why do you think people feel defensive about this?
I think white people were raised to think of ourselves as good people.
We are good people.
This is Peggy McIntosh, and she is crazy. It's her life work to be a social justice warrior. She is actually a professor and somebody who does academic work on her racial prejudices. She is that person. She is the stereotype. She is the puppet master of the university propaganda machine. So it's really great that she's the spokesperson for all white people. That's really perfect. I think she's definitely got a handle on what it's like for white people, what they think. And if you listen really closely, the first thing that comes out of her mouth is about the implicitly false belief that white people have that they're good people, and Dr. Phil naively still believes that he should be considered a good person.
White people were raised to think of ourselves as good people.
We are good people.
And there is a moral thorn if you hear that you have had some things in your life that you didn't deserve, you didn't earn.
What things has anyone ever had in their life that they didn't deserve, that they didn't steal from someone, which is already a crime? Yeah.
But they came to you. So we're quite fragile on the subject, and whites are often defensive.
The reason, and thank you for having me here as a comic, part of my job is just to put white people at ease. So all you just relax. It's okay to be white. You got nothing to worry about. I'm good. It's nice.
Oh my gosh. This guy's an alt-right Nazi. Did you hear that?
And thank you for having me here as a comic. Part of my job is just to put white people at ease. So all you just relax. It's okay to be white.
It's okay to be white. He's a Nazi. He's a white supremacist. How do they not realize this?
One of the things about white privilege, white people don't realize they have it because it's inherent. So they don't think about it. It's not, they never had the encounter.
If a white person tries to tell you they don't have privilege, it just proves that they have it. They don't even have to know. They think they're real people. They think that everything they've ever gotten is by their own merit. They think that they've never walked into a bank and redeemed their white privilege card, but actually they're wrong.
Example, I get pulled over by the cops. I've had, anything from get out the car and do all of that stuff, or simply asked, how do I afford this car? I happen to drive a nice car. Like, I don't think any white person has ever had that happen, where a cop pulls you over in a BMW and says, how do you afford this car? Like that.
Is that not the saddest story you've ever heard? Isn't that just the saddest story? I can't believe this poor guy. He has to put up with something like that from some random person. Damn, that's awful. That's so sad. I see. I get it now.
So they don't realize it because they've never had that encounter, and they're like, well, that doesn't really happen.
No, I've never suffered so
I'm
deeply.
glad you brought that up, because I want to talk about a few examples so you guys understand what we're talking about. This is what we mean when I say it doesn't mean that you're racist. It doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. It just exists. These are some
It just
examples of
exists.
what I mean.
You
by
just
white
have to
privilege.
accept it.
You have white privilege if you can say, I am accurately represented in almost every movie.
Okay, now we're getting a clue about what the grievances are and what's at stake here.
The fact of the matter is, in America, white people are almost always accurately represented in any movie that you watch.
It's
Another
crazy.
example.
It's so
I
oppressive.
can go shopping with the comfort of knowing that I will not be followed or harassed. People are not
That is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What?
It's good that you're having this show, because what we see in the media is that we are constantly blamed and shamed for being white. And
That's
we
not-
don't know what to do. if I'm part of the problem, the white privilege problem, I have to be part of the solution.
Is he actually trying to like contradict her and stop her from saying this right now? Like, what was that?
Okay, well, joining us in the audience is Renee and Wendy, and thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us. It's good that you're having this show because what we see in the media is that we are constantly blamed and shamed for being white. And we don't know what to do.
Why is he stopping her? Why is he trying to tell her that that's not true when that's so obviously true and everybody knows that it's true and he's doing it right now?
Spend time with people that are different from yourself. Advocate for someone different from yourself.
Dr. Phil.
See someone that is perhaps a minority that you wouldn't ordinarily interact with, step up and introduce yourself. Learn something about their life and their culture.
Dr. Phil, do you think
And
you might be
slowly but
projecting just a
surely
little
you
tiny
begin
bit?
to close the